in here. I finally got in my three-way swivels. So, I'm going to get these leaders done up before I rock out. Got a crazy day ahead of me. Come on, why is it doing this still? Still saying I'm blocked on this for the ads, but I don't even know. I thought I set that up the other day. Come on. I think everybody's still at work. That might be it. There we go. All right, so I'll be number one. Wait a little bit for the rest of everybody to get on the channel. What I can go ahead and do. 250-pound test right here that I'll be adding my three-way swivels to. I'll do this portion and then, actually, you know what? I'll do the long one because it's a lot easier than that one because I can set it up. And I can come back and add those in and make it a lot easier. So. Oop. Damn, man, I cut my nails way down and I can't pick nothing up. Good grip. Yeah. Patrick, what's up? How you doing, boss? Oh, we're gonna knock this out. Find a way to put these in here so that way I can. Show you all the three ways to I can get them out of the bag. Kind of show you all the size that we're using. They're pretty big, pretty heavy duty. Exactly the size that we need for these leaders and stuff. T, 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 T. I don't have a softball or something. Yeah, so I think I set front door buttons. Yeah, I was on pretty late last night, so had to do catch up with those leaders, and finally got them up on the wall. It looked pretty nice up there. Show y'all here in a bit once a few more of y'all get on. So, yeah, heavy duty, sweet three ways with these leaders, and the reason I'm setting them up this way because it allows me to make a whole bunch of leaders at once, and we can go either direction with them. We can make three-way longs or three-way shorts with them just by last-minute adjustments. So, but I can do the majority of what is needed with this right here. So, yep. Let's see what we got here. It's Tuesday, and look like we got incoming. What's up, boss?
What's going on?
Yeah, hard at work already, man. Actually, I've already been at it for about 4 hours, but
I hear
I,
you.
was, I started watching Top Gun, the original part one, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so lost in the movie, so I better get on with this. So,
That's why if I got YouTube on when I'm sitting here at my desk working, it's
uh,
not anything but it's like a list of music.
yeah.
Otherwise, I'll.
But no, I don't really do that. Like, I mean, I'll look at it, but for the most part, it's just it's better than ambient, no noise kind of deal. And haven't really found a channel on YouTube for music. You know what I mean? So I ain't even really looked, to tell you the truth.
Oh God, there's all kinds where you could have almost hours of music.
Hmm. So is it like the movies where they almost have the full song, but because they change it up a little bit, it's a little different. Seen that? Ever
Oh
watch
yeah.
movies? Yeah.
No, this is like somebody will put a playlist together and it's 10, 12 hours of a certain type of music or whatever, and it'll play it all the way through.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder how they do that. Like, listen to copyrighted music while they're live. I've seen it like on TikTok and stuff like that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the the music on TikTok got shortened quite a bit. The music list or whatever that you could choose to have on there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because God, it's been forever since I was even on that stupid app,
Uh,
and I went to post something on there, and I was going to put some music on it. And I already had it. I already knew what kind of what song and everything else I was going to play on it, and it wasn't there anymore.
oh, wow. Hmm. I
So
wonder if the whole deal of them banning it here in the U.S. is really going to go through. It's crazy. They'll do that, but they won't do it for them owning land here in our country. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. How's the weather out there, man? The front starting to hit, or
Oh, we had an inch and a half of snow this morning left, and then it started raining, so it's all gone.
damn. So was that the front you were talking about the other day, or is there still another one behind it?
I think there's another one behind it. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's going to go south or if it's going to go north.
There you go.
So,
What's up, Aaron? So we got Patrick, James, Harrison. Hopefully I said that right. If not, I'm sorry. But and then we got
Lord.
Aaron. Yep. But I
Oh,
am putting my three-way leaders together. We're using heavy-duty three-way swivels, so yeah, pretty stout deals as for our 200-pound test. So, and then we've already ordered our next 1,000 swivels for the size twos that we're using on our redfish rigs. So, okay. Well, thank you for that, Carson. Now, there's a few guys that have had to line me up on their uh, on how to say their name and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh man. One of them I to this day I still have problems with, and Jacob likes to catch me on it. Oh man.
what's up, Ray?
What up, Ray? How you doing, boss? We are getting it, but so what is happening now? I'm gonna find my printer that does barcodes, and we're actually gonna start printing out the you not not a UPC, but the other one where you can scan with your phone and it can take you to our website.
A little
The
square looking whatever
yeah
it is.
yeah yeah yeah. What is that called?
Hell if I know.
Yeah, what? Either way, we're getting those. We've got one for our company now, so now you can actually click on or do that, and it'll take you directly to our website and stuff like that. So we're actually gonna the UPC code, right? No, not UPC.
QR
Uh,
code.
QR. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Thanks,
So
Patrick.
yeah, so we're getting that done up, and we're gonna start printing those out and put them on all of our gear that goes out, which would be really nice because now they can find our channel a lot easier. Normally, I put on there to subscribe to our channel on the paperwork, but now you just put that on there and they'll actually go to it. So I think that'll really help our sales as well, since we're stocking new stores with our tackle and going
Yeah.
from there. Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how, when we grew up, I still had a rotary phone at the house when I was a kid, you know, and I used to be able to remember all my friends' phone numbers by heart.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
and the cell phones back then weren't really cell phones. They were freaking might as well have been walkie talkies the size of the ones they
The
use
big
in
old block
Vietnam.
deal. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
you
Yeah.
know, and it cost $900 a minute to talk on the damn thing.
Yeah. Yep. It was crazy.
So text messages weren't around. I
We had
mean,
text messages. 07734. Remember that?
oh, oh my god, the pagers. You send
Oh
messages to your pager. Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, that was next generation. Remember, it was just we had rotary dial, and then they came out with the big old box phone with the big old backpack that you had to carry, and then after that, CDs started coming out. I remember that, and then
Yep.
the MP4s. No, yeah, pagers, and then MP4s. I think is what it was. But I remember it was around that same time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. I mean, as soon as we had pagers and they started making cell phones, actually affordable, I kind of just lost interest in freaking technology. So,
Mm. Nah, I was still pretty young then, so I had to get the pagers, and then yeah, it was nice. It
yeah,
was nice.
I can remember payphones being around.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That and you had to sit there and wait in line unless you wanted to walk another quarter mile to get to another one.
Yeah. Yeah. And them things, they were everywhere. I mean, you couldn't
Yeah.
walk a half a block without running into a payphone.
Yeah. I mean, but you still had to walk half a block to get to one. Yeah. And then you get there and somebody would walk right up to it right before you get on
Yeah.
it.
Right.
So yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
what I think I liked back then is it was a mystery challenge on who was calling you because caller ID hadn't been invented yet. So
Yeah.
you'd pick up the phone, you did not know if it was going to be your best friend calling or it was some freaking back then telemarketer that sounded like the lunch lady.
Yeah. 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 The phone would just ring. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
And you couldn't walk too far unless you had a 300,000 foot phone cord that got wrapped up into a ball at the end of it, so you really couldn't go that far anyways.
Yep, had to sit there and hold it by one end and let it sit there and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. Oh, and and then TV. We didn't have this deal, of a remote control, so you had to walk up to the TV and change the channel.
No,
So
our
us as
parents had the remote
kids,
control.
yeah, us,
Look,
yeah, yeah, it was us. Yeah, go change the channel. Nope, that's not. Nope, change the channel. And they only had three to choose from. So
yeah,
and well,
and
actually,
you had satellite only if you were making buku bucks because that was
yeah.
expensive back then.
Yeah. Well, it was three channels, and then you had KUNO, the Spanish station.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
jeez.
Actually, I ran into a payphone. When was it? Last year, sometime. And I think I posted it to the YouTube channel as I forgot what I put on there, but yeah, I posted it up on there. So, and it was in working order. Like you could still put in money, and or it wasn't. I don't remember if it was or wasn't. I know I ran into one that it wasn't. But I ran into another one, and man, they used to always break into them. They'd break the bottom out so they could get the quarters out and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the payphones that had the credit card machine, like at the airports.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. That is. Oh man, the rabbit ears were the worst. God, that damn thing.
The rabbit ears are going outside and waiting for your dad to holler at you. And while you're
Yeah.
sitting there turning the antenna from on the house outside, trying to get a better signal.
Yeah. We actually at the apartments that we grew up in, we weren't allowed to have those. So what we would do is we'd stick it out the window and just rotate it right there, but we couldn't
Yep.
go to the roof. So.
Or the tinfoil wrapped around them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You angle the foil a certain way, to get it to go. Yeah, I remember all of that. Man, talk about memory.
Yeah.
And man, I wonder what these kids would do with dial-up. Sitting there having a dial-up just to get to the internet,
You get
and then
PTSD
you'd have to
from
sit
it.
there and wait for it to upload. The buffering, still buffering.
They couldn't handle it. They'd get PTSD from it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, with the way it's going now, yeah, they would definitely get PTSD from that. Yes. Oh, I missed my show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there you go, Ray. VHS tapes.
Yep. Yep. Well, I remember the ones before that. Those compact discs. What were they? Were the ones for music? The big old box things like that. It was
Records.
before the break. The huh?
The records or the 8-track.
8-track. There you go. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
one in
Them
my
things.
truck.
You know what?
I had one in my truck.
I want to say my parents had one in theirs as well. Had all their extra ones right there in a big old cubby deal and stuff like that. Yep.
Oh yeah. Hell, I had one in my that old '92 Dodge that I had. Uh, I think I was the only one. Let's see. We moved. It was 2000. Yeah, it was 2000, and it had the factory radio in it when I bought the truck.
Mm.
And I seen someone that was selling an 8-track radio for your car, and he only wanted $100 for it. He goes, I don't know if it works or not. I was like, well, hell, I'll give you $100 for it. I know a buddy that could fix it.
Yeah.
So I went down and I had it in. He fixed it up, installed it in my truck, and that was the only one for 15 years after that. I had it in that truck.
Back when they made things to last. Yeah.
Hmm.
No doubt.
And everybody else
Now
had
I
the MP3 players that you could hook into your car, and the radio that you could hook onto your phone. And I was the only one still rocking an 8-track.
now it's like they send out a signal and it's working fine one day and then the next day it doesn't work worth a crap.
Yeah.
No. No. It is. I promise you that it's like that, especially with cell phones. You start having all these problems with it. It's because they want you to upgrade.
Yep.
So, like mine right now, I have the S22 Ultra, and when I get into Facebook and then I go into Messenger, it will not allow me into Facebook. I have to restart my phone to get it to reset so it can go back to Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to go to the new phone. So. I don't
Yeah.
want to because I'm almost done paying these off, and yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, John, exactly. That happened to me a couple times. Damn big old 8-tracks getting stuck underneath your gas pedal. Oh yeah.
Oh, the worst was when it got stuck under your clutch, and you're sitting there trying to clutch and you can't do anything, so you're using the other foot to kick it out of the way. And
Well, the good thing about that old Dodge is I didn't have to worry about using the clutch unless I was going to start or stop. Because in that old truck, I could float the gears in that thing. I never had to worry about it. But man, yeah,
they
that
were
was.
talking about they were talking about that the other day, that where the stick shift was up on the uh, steering column. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't learn how to drive that one very well, but once it was on the floorboard, I learned how to drive those. But it was only because that's when they first started teaching us how to do them. So I was 12 years old learning how to drive stick shift.
We had to learn how to drive a stick shift real early because all the tractors that we had, of course, they were standard transmission.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and them things were, easily, 50 to 100 pound clutches. So, you're sitting there, yeah, you're
Putting
giving
everything you
everything
had
you got
into
to pull yourself to push that thing down. Oh yeah.
it. Oh man, gee.
It's like you sit out there and you drive that tractor for 8 9 hours or whatever, and then you go get in your dad's truck And them clutches on them vehicles ain't nothing. So you go to push in that clutch and you almost shove it through the floorboard.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
man,
Three on the tree. Yeah.
let's see.
I had my old Bronco was like that. Had a 3 on the tree column shifter.
Copying same program. Yep, Super Dave. Yep, I've done that so many times. You're sitting and that, and if you wanted music, you had to sit by the radio and wait for the song to come on before you could hit record, and then you had to stop it. Because I remember.
Oh
uh,
yeah. Had to wait for the DJ to shut up.
did you check in the warehouse? That'd be the only place who got any gloves. Um, yeah, man. Oh man. And the worst one would be you're like down to the last song that you're recording, and then it records half of it because it runs out of tape,
Yeah.
or a quarter of it. It's like getting good, and then it stops. You're like,
Yep.
no. Hard life. Not right now, boss.
So,
I don't know if anybody else will too, because there've been super high winds the last several days. How'd you find us, boss? Oh, okay. So you watch the channel. Good deal. Well, I mean, there's other ways to go out there and catch, fish and stuff like that. We just we're out of live bait right now. So, all right, boss. You have a good one. Bye. Well, that's one of the things that I do tend to ask people that are calling if how they hear about it. Most of the time through Google. They don't really.
you're gonna
Have
make me
to.
spill my coffee. You keep shaking me around like that.
Right. Uh, so I normally try to find out how they heard about us. And normally they
Yeah.
say through Google, which is amazing because, like I said, I had that phone call and they hung up on me. I mean, really, they're the ones that promote that they have all the knowledge, that they have this, that they have that. They're not telling y'all that they want to charge everybody that they have in their system for being in there. Like, dude, hey, y'all are the ones promoting it, not me. I didn't call you. But that's well.
Oh yeah. I've gotten a couple of them phone calls from Google.
Oh yeah, yeah. I start getting them good. Like I do. The other ones that I can't stand to really talk to are the ones where you have to wait for the computer to get somebody on the phone after you pick up, like it's computer generated call. So what I started doing was I'll put it there and I'm like, yeah, hello, and then I have it on speaker and about a minute, yep, just to string them along for a little while and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
uh,
Juan, he's a not
right.
really. I mean, they do sell bait, but he's a tackle shop.
I
They
don't
make their
think
own
so
in-house
because
tackle.
we have you can use
Um, they're in
the
Corpus
head
Christi,
pedal.
Texas.
Yeah, there's
So,
and
hey,
the
Carl,
breakfast there's a
Detroit.
brand new thing of them. The what?
I was just saying hi to Carl in Detroit,
Oh, okay.
and I was telling Juan Johnson that you're a tackle shop and letting them know where you're at.
Yes, I'm in Corpus Christi, and it's still pretty awesome that we're still meeting a lot of new subscribers that didn't know about our shop. So, trying to level this off a little bit. So,
Yeah, quit dropping them.
didn't mean to, but my counter is getting cleaner and cleaner by the day. All this tackle is what has been sitting on my counter, so I'm trying to get it posted up on the wall so that way it's not sitting here in bags waiting to get assembled. So that's why I've been doing that. But I finally did finish off the kingfish rigs that I started last week. I got those done and bagged up and tagged this morning. So
Well, I actually just read Detroit's comment.
oh, okay.
He's swearing at me. He's calling me a gentleman.
There you go. Yep. Yes. Yes, Juan. This is a tackle shop. We manufacture our own fishing tackle. Um, and then we supply multiple tackle shops and distributors with our fishing tackle. Uh, you can also purchase directly from us if you call the shop. Shop number is 361-334-2171. And we got from everything from trout and flounder, double drop drum leaders, single drop drum leaders, redfish rigs, jack crevalle, big black drum, bull red, kingfish, shark, snapper, AJ. Yep, yep. We got a few leaders. Got quite a few leaders. And then we also build weights. Everything pyramids, banks, coin, egg, no roll, cannonballs. Yeah, we got them. We got them. And then surf weights as well. So, yeah. Detroit, Colorado, Smoky Nose. Smoky Nose. Oh, man. Dude, you ought to make a shirt like that with your logo and just a little gnome body on it. Dude, that would be epic. You saw it. You saw exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, only because it's actually come across my mind too.
Hey, you get one of those, I will buy the first one, bro. I want to be the first smoking gnome representative down here. Hmm.
Oh yeah, I thought there's a gal that actually makes them up here. She makes those gnomes,
uh,
so I might actually get her to make me one.
that would be cool. As for the bass deal, I never heard of that, but again, too, I'm not a bass fisherman, so I don't know if that is legit or not. To tell you the truth.
I don't think it's a weight limit. I don't know. I don't know. Shit. I'm up here. I don't even know it. Anytime I go bass fishing, I end up I still just catch and release even up here, unless it's a muskie.
The way you said musky. That was like the intent that it's going on the grill.
Hmm. Yeah, we had pike tacos. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Mm.
Buddy came over and he had some pike, and so we threw it in the cast iron and threw it in the oven and it made pike tacos. Mm.
I've actually made uh, kingfish tuna fish sandwiches. Had a lot of kingfish, and I don't like it deep fried for some reason. I don't. It comes so oily. So what I did
Yeah.
was I boiled it, and then when I boiled it, I added it. Do my normal deal for making tuna fish because I like tuna fish. I really do. And
Hmm.
well, I made it like that, seasoned it and everything, and even what I did too is to set it off. I boiled up some shrimp with some seasoning too, and I added that in the mix. And people were like, "Dude, really?" And I'm like, "Try it, bro." Like after
Hell
that, they
yeah.
started making their tuna fish like that as well too. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's a different, more seafood, seafoody. Sound
Yeah.
like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. Usually on mine, like if I'm because I don't like fried fish in my fish tacos. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Um, I'd rather have it like either baked or grilled and thrown in a fish taco because I want to taste the fish. I don't want to taste the breading. I want to taste the fish.
Well, that also depends too how they bread it. There's some breadings out there that are super thin, and it allows you to enjoy what the fish is rather than the breading on it. So yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying on there.
Oh, okay.
Hard life. Oh, okay. So and that's actually pretty smart for Texas Parks and Wildlife to do that, because that was kind of a discussion me and Capt.Eric had a while ago, and it was one of his theories as to, you know, if you look back at old alligator gar pictures, you see these monster gar, 10, 11 footers. But now 8 foot is like the normal huge, you know what I mean? So hard life. This is him. What's up, man? How you been?
Detroit, I'll have to try that. Soak it in milk. Huh. I'll have to give that a try.
Yeah, it went out with about 4 of my habits as well. So we're waiting. Yeah, yeah. No, it's over there, and it's got like 3 or 4 of my habits actually. The clickers finally got wore down on them, so I sent them in to go get clicker damage. And since they're already over there, tell them to do everything because they're pretty cheap to maintain through habits. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, no, we send it back to them, and normally it may take a week or two, but we did have holidays and stuff like that in the last several weeks, so they might have gotten backed up a little bit. Yeah, damn it.
Oh,
Oh hell yeah! What kind of reel are you going to use for that one?
Detroit, I
Okay,
think I'm going to have to try
a
that.
T-Rex 80 or a regular 80? Okay, there you go. Hell yeah.
That freaking
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
delicious.
if there's
Holy
any place
crap.
to catch them like that on a regular, it'd be over there for sure.
Getting hungry now.
Damn. Hell yeah, bro. Well, man, it's good to hear from you, brother.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. All right, bro. Hell yeah, bro. You be safe at work, man. All right, later. Yeah, that's awesome. Buddy of mine named Eric. Good dude. Him and a good buddy of ours, or his, they grew up childhood friends. I met them actually out on Bob Hall Pier as kids. And then when Bob Hall Pier closed, we showed up to Caldwell to go shark fishing over there. And I was trying to get shark baits. I couldn't get any shark baits. So I showed up out there and I had all my gear with me, but I didn't have any shark bait. And this was back when I was still using the 9 aughts and 12, and I think I only had uh, one VSW 50. Or actually, I don't even think I had them at that time. This is way before then. And so we were doing that, and I saw them out there. Hey, what's up? Started talking with them, and they're like, "You gonna fish?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fish." I said, I couldn't find any shark bait. Like I was waiting on it. They're like, "Well, we have an extra half a bonita if you want it." I'm like, "Shoot, hell yeah!" So at that point, they even ran the bait for me too. Well, not even like 30, 40 minutes later, it got picked up and it was on a 553 Harrington and it was with the 12 aught. The drag, even with the drag set, it hit so hard and so fast that it pinned the 53 to the rail and the tip of like it was on the rail like this and it wouldn't come off the rail. It was just jerking and from the head shake. Just Oh man, it
Damn.
was a massive, massive fish, and we know it was a hammer. There was no doubt in just the speed at which it hit it, and then
Yeah.
it was gone in like 30 seconds. It's like So I bring it back, and that's back when I first started using the double mini. Actually, I wasn't using double minis at that time. At that time, they only had the double wall copper sleeves that you would put on stainless steel cable, right?
Yep.
Well, I also had, it wasn't even coated. Like I peeled back the coating so that way it wouldn't have any kind of slippage. And I had two sleeves on there. And just from the drag of it hitting and how fast it was pulling, it pulled both sleeves out. Like the cable pulled out of both sleeves. And it was
Damn.
micro press too, like with the hand micro press.
Yeah.
And didn't even know it till hours later when I decided to check the bait. I was like, dude, there's no way anything of that bait's left. If there's any kind of crab or fish out there, that bonita's gone. So I pulled it out and I'm cable straight out like that. I'm missing the hook. The 16 knot J hook and it was gone. I was like, damn
Damn.
it. And yeah. So needless to say, at that point, right then and there, dude, I pulled all my hooks out, started cutting them, and I started back braiding everything. And that's when I started back braiding all my leaders. It was back then because of that reason right there.
Yeah.
So I was so mad. God, I was so mad because the drag was set. Like he had room to run, but it still hit so hard and so fast. He was able to pull the hook off. It's like,
Hmm.
damn. Don't get Patrick started with food, man. This dude, when he talks about food, it's just like I remember one of them. I was eating. I was in the middle of like almost being done, and he started talking food and reading his post, and started making me hungry again. I was like, dude, how is this? I'm sitting here eating, and he's still making me hungry. Yeah. What's up, funny guy? How you doing? Reading that title reminds me of the Boondock Saints. Funny man. Surely illustrates the diversity of the word. Yeah, yeah.
It takes a crap ton.
Of what?
Detroit was wondering how many pounds it takes to break off a sleeve and crimp of that strength. That's a lot of freaking just pulling power.
Yeah. And what's
To sit
crazy
like
is
that.
I was using 130-pound Dacron at that time. I went from mono to Dacron
The
because
old
this
rope.
was there was still Spectra back then, but the Dacron was the closest thing to the braid that I could afford at the time. So I was using 130-pound Dacron. And this thing, I mean, it hit and that rod was pinned to the rail and just screaming. And by the time I got to it and I started moving over, he picked it up on the right side of the pier, ran to the middle of the left, or ran to the center of the pier and went straight out. And that's where it dropped because the hook came out. And yeah, needless to say,
Yeah.
after that, I was not losing another fish to the cable slipping out of there and stuff like that.
I
And
said
even
I
then
seen
too,
a nylon get smoked one time. I mean smoked where I don't know. We know it had to have been a hammer because this thing he ended up locking that damn thing all the way down and we're trying to tell him I says, it's not an Abbott, don't lock that thing all the way down. You're gonna burn it up.
yeah,
But he wouldn't listen. He locked that thing all the way down and that thing was still peeling line like it was nothing. And you actually seen the smoke. There was smoke coming out of the reel, and the side plates actually started to melt. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
uh,
he smoked it.
yeah, yeah. Thursday. Awesome, hell yeah. Sort you then, or you want a day by day? What's that? Uh, for the payment. Just every week. Once a week. Once a week. Okay, all right. That'll work. So just that week. All right, well. I think I got it like something stuff. Well, what I can do with this week too is I could put it on to your last check. Okay. And that way it's all together. We'll take care of you week by week on that. All right, boss. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. You have a good one, Bob. All right. So that was yeah, don't forget your jacket.
Detroit's
Uh,
asking if Dacron was basically the first non-plastic fishing line.
I want to say yes. Yeah, I want to say yes, but to tell you the truth, I know they had Spectra lines back then, but they were retarded expensive. So either he's telling us that he knows that, or is he asking us?
It
I
was
see a
kind of
question mark.
yeah, he was kind of just asking.
Yeah, yeah. So now, Actually, I've got a crazy spool up here, and what's crazy too, when the rep for Cortland walked into my shop, I showed him the spool, and he goes, "God," he's like, "I got to take a picture of that." Like he's seen that spool like in their deal. You know how like you know after a while they post up like different things or whatever. He said
Yeah.
he's seen that spool in their cabinets at their business, and I was like, "Wow, that's awesome." So yeah,
Oh,
let me do
yeah.
these last ones right here. But I'll show y'all that one. I'm pretty sure I've showed them in the past and stuff. Yes, we are a bait and tackle shop. We carry. Normally, we have a lot of fish bites in the back behind me, but uh, actually, oh man, did I even order 'em? Like, I think I need to order them. Yeah, but
If you
I
haven't,
did
you
write
need to
that.
get on the horn.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And actually, what I had to do, that's right, because I got new workers there. And the same ones weren't there. Like I have to actually go find out what the part numbers were so I can actually order them, and that's what I think slowed me down. Because normally the lady I talked to, she would pull up my account. Oh yeah, boom, 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 and I'd be off the phone in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope nothing happened to her. I have it somewhere because I wrote it down, probably on one of my lists.
Well, uh-oh. I hear Daniel.
You hear, Daniel? So that's how much I've done while I've been sitting here with y'all.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I'm not done yet. There's still you can still see the ones that are there, but because I'm talking to y'all, I'm actually doing it up here. And normally when it's on my lap, I just move them over so that way the ones that aren't done stay to one side. But let me
Yeah.
grab this spool for y'all guys.
All
So
right.
I think y'all will really enjoy this.
Take it easy, one. Right, Detroit? I'm gonna get this monster up.
So I got a couple things off our shelf. That
Oh
was the
wow.
Stella line right there. And this will tell you how old it is. That's a wooden spool.
That's
But still,
awesome.
look how neat they have it on there and stuff on there. Yeah. So
Where did you
I
find that?
showed it to them, and he's like, "I got to take a picture of it." But look at the pound test line too.
Does that say 36?
It says 36 pound. Yep.
Whoa. I'll be damned. Is that a Garcia?
Nope. I mean, clean, clean all the way around, and it's got braid on there. The fluger. That's the size
You
right
have a
there.
Fluger. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yep. In the box with the instruction manual too. I
Dang.
don't. I don't even want to open it. Yeah. I don't want to. I don't even want to open it. But yeah.
No, Detroit, I'm
The only damage is this side. It's missing that side, but
yeah.
I think it's in the box itself. But I don't want to put too much pressure on it. So yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this fluger is just the only corrosion I can see is right up here. Can y'all see it?
No, it's out of focus.
Now, right up in there and there.
Yeah.
See how it's not so, it's shiny and then it's not.
Yeah.
That's the only corrosion I can see. Actually, let's do this.
She still wind out pretty good?
Actually, I've never tried, but the worm guide is there and intact. I mean, it looks brand new.
That almost looks like it's been replaced.
Everything is new. Look, even the seat. Like,
Yeah. Unless it was never used or lightly used.
I don't
Wow.
know because if you look at it, this has got corrosion on it right up in here, and then you can see a little bit of pitting on the spool. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go.
That it is in immaculate condition.
How's that clicker sound on it?
Let's see. Worm guide works.
I'll be damned.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah. My dad used it. He had an old fluger, and that's what he'd use for catfish.
Mm. Even the little knob, like all of them function.
Oh, wow. So you got a fully functional fluger on. Damn.
That is amazing.
I always loved the design that the stuff they would put on the sides.
I'm gonna move the grease fitting. Look, I just moved it just a second ago. Oh, look,
Yeah.
where you can insert the grease.
Yep.
That even moves too.
Jeez.
There, closed it.
Uh,
That yeah.
that's cool, man.
That yeah. So
That is
I got
cool.
these two sitting in my counter in there, just chilling, just chilling.
Well, there you go. You got
I
to
got
spool
one
it up
more
with
for
it.
you.
You just spool that old fluger up with that Cortland.
Here, I got one for you.
Get off of there. Shut up.
Got booklets, pamphlets, certificate.
Dude, that is cool.
Now this one has a little more wear and tear on it. Oh, I just broke a piece of it off. Dang it! The corner. Well, let's see.
Just stick some super glue underneath it where it doesn't come out. Push it back down. That's pretty cool.
That had to have fallen into it because that's pretty new. But
Yeah. I'll be damned.
I don't know. I don't know how old this is or anything like that. I never really have played with it much, but
Little
let's
rebuild
see.
kit.
Yeah, something. Let's see. Got to be fairly new because for it to have all of this. Let's see. Trying to see if they have a year on it or something. Cabela's from Sydney, New York, or New any what's any uh,
Nebraska.
Nebraska. There you go. I don't see a date on it or anything. Hmm. It's got that. It's got the.
Might be in that pamphlet there.
Might be. Let's see. And it's got a dang passport. Let's see.
What's going on, Curtis?
Let's see. Got something else in here. Magnetic drag system. Oh, no. Come here. All right. I don't know. There's got it in different languages too. So, anybody got any information on stuff like this? I don't see anything posted up, but I'm trying to see if they have a year on it or something. I don't see any kind of dates. It's all either in English or
Yeah.
you might have to get Billy up here, be able to translate. Oh, that was pretty cool. Yeah. So got that. So that one sits in my counter as well. I don't even remember how I got in contact with it, but I think somebody wanted to spool it, and I ended up giving them another reel for it. So
Nice.
yeah. All right, give me a second.
A nice little collection. That's always nice to have. Good God. $800 for a quick royal on eBay. Holy crap.
Oh, what?
I guess the same type of reel that you got. Some guy's asking $800 for it on eBay.
Which one? The Fluger, or this one?
The royal.
Oh, wow. Nice. I wonder if it has everything like I got. The
What size
surf
is that
weight
one?
cooker. Oh, let's go back and check that. $4,500.
Okay. Yeah, the one he found was a 55.
So I wonder how much of a price difference would that make? All right, guys. So those of y'all that are new to my channel, yes, I do have a tackle shop here. This is where I'm shooting our video from. And those are the kingfish leaders that I was making all last week. And actually, let me get a little closer. How about that?
Welcome,
So these
JJ.
are the
He's
ones.
from London,
These are the
UK.
ones y'all. The what?
JJ here's from, says he's here from London, UK.
Oh, wow. Nice.
From
Nice.
across the
Uh,
pond.
definitely across the pond. So these are all the leaders that I was making this week while y'all were live. Those are the ones I made last week. And obviously, I made a lot more of these because these are easier to make. These are a little more technical in making them and stuff like that. And that's only the first part. I still have to make the slide line process of it and also the weights. So I'll be making a lot more of the weights as well. And we got our shark leaders, alligator gar leaders. We got J hook with trouble or 2 trebles on there. It just all depends which way you want to go. We got our shark leaders, big hooks. Got cast out leaders right there. Got 6 footers, 5 footers into your 4 footers. And 3-way shorts down here. Got some 3-way long up there. And it's a crap ton of leaders, guys. Just so y'all can see it a little better.
You want some Lego? Oh.
This way, there's even more because there's smaller hooks, so more of them fit on the railing. uh, yeah, we got a few leaders, and we got our landing nets, got surf weights, got stickers, and actually, Jacob, I need you to forward me your address again. 'Cause I got that package that's got to go out. I forgot to ask you for your address. Sorry. Yep.
I'll text it to
And we got.
you in a bit.
All right, that'll work. And then we've got. Let's see. Got some rods. We got a few on the shelf right now. And that one's a beauty. Oh, it's a beautiful one.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Y'all have no idea, guys. Owning a tackle shop is pretty awesome, but to see all this gear here up on the shelf instead of not being used, it's such a temptation. To not use it, to not, like just pull it off and go fishing. Like, can't. Like, God, it's such a tease. It's window shopping every day and you can't do nothing about it. Hold on real quick. All right, let's see. Hard life. Yes, we do. They start out at $25 and go up from there. All right. No, you can stop by and drop it off. You'd probably be looking at about 2 to 3 weeks. So, yes, sir. Got it. Because everybody just came off of being on hunting season and took all the gear in to go get cleaned up for the summer. All right, boss. Yeah, I guess 2 to 3 weeks was too long. Like, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you would have brought it in like 2 to 3 weeks ago, you'd already be getting it. So. All right. Now, get these lines out of here. The ones that I still need to do. Let's see. 1990. Looks complete with box and papers. JJ. All right, there you go. I couldn't really see the comments earlier because what ends up happening when I'm walking around, I only can see like 3 comments, depending on the space on the screen because of each comment. So I only have to walk back here and get on the computer, and that's why you're always seeing me look off that way because I'm trying to read the comments off the computer. There, I can see about 10 to 15 comments. So. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That little turd is not even out of bed, and I just got fired.
Firing you from the bed. Yeah. And no, actually, the Texas Roadhouse here does pretty well because I normally ask them for a blue steak, and they do it up pretty good. So yeah, I'll have to admit that.
No worries, Juan. Just
Yeah, we do keep it family orientated here, guys. Um,
it slips up. Trust me, he did it the other day.
Never gonna live that one down. First time in how many years? What was it like? The Fast and the Furious 10 when he's telling the kid, "Hey, you can't cuss only during certain times," and the kid says shit or something like that, and he goes, "Oh, sorry." He goes, "No, that's pretty warranted." Yeah, that was pretty warranted. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. But,
Lauren Parker,
but
welcome
yes,
to the channel.
yes, sir. Welcome, guys. We are here. I'm building three-way heavy-duty leaders. Right now, it's just a framework. It's um, we end up setting the leader up depending on which side we put the hook on. It either become a three-way short or a three-way long. And so right now, I'm basically putting on the heavy-duty three-way swivels, and that way you get an idea of how big they are. They're pretty big.
And he doesn't have small hands.
Yeah, yeah. I'm 6 foot, guys. So it is. Yeah, these are pretty heavy duty. Put a quarter next to them, that'll give you a better idea.
Welcome, Chad from Virginia Beach.
There you go. I actually I got to go swim there. I did not get to go fishing there. I went to, what part of Virginia was it? Dude, that's gonna eat at me. Virginia. What part of the Virginia did I go to? Went up there. It was my buddy from the Marine Corps, Turnock. Me and Brian went up there, and we went up there because he was also somehow he oh, that's what it was, because through their school their ROTC program was Coast Guard. So they we went up there. We were going to go PT with their Coast Guard. Yeah, that didn't happen. First night back in his hometown, we got two blitzed. We didn't stop drinking till about 4:30, 5 o'clock that morning. The run started at 5. We're like, we're not taking a chance driving. So, yeah, yeah. What happens when you're young and able to do that, you know? So, yeah. Let's see. Start going. Okay, Patrick, I'm lost on that comment, boss. Who is she? I don't know who that is. Uh, but I do remember when we went to Virginia, there was a jetties that they held. It held the world record for black drum, and I think the black drum was 110 pounds, if I remember that correctly. They had a big old brass mold done of the big old black drum, and it was almost like 6 foot. Yeah, it was huge fish, and it was a
That's a
little finger
tank.
jetty. It was a finger jetty, like um, over here in Mansfield, that little finger jetty that cuts into there. That's about
Yeah.
how long the jetty is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
So, pretty crazy. So, what's up, Edgar? How you doing?
Edgar.
And we actually make smaller gear for catfishing as well. We got our double drop catfish leader there.
Cool.
Um, we've actually used that and our tilapia rig, and my tilapia rig has little bitty hooks like this, and I actually landed a 39-inch flathead with that. Would have landed a bigger one, but he popped off the hook right before he came up the little berm where the water dropped down on the lake that we were on. That thing was massive,
Hmm.
massive. That would have been over 40 inches easy. Because obviously I landed the 39-incher with ease. This one fought. So yeah.
Yep.
Fishing about to start heating up here. Poured my weights a couple of weeks ago. They're ready to catch 50-inch black drum in the bay. Dang it!
Yep.
What bay is that, there, Chad? I gotta know. That's why I want to travel, because a lot of these other places have huge fish. And what's crazy is, if you think about it, like here in the U.S., here in Texas, We have sand trouts. They get about, maybe 15, 18 inches at max, and only during certain times of the year when they come in and they start breeding. But that's how big they are. Those are our bait fish. Now you go to Australia, same looking fish. It looks identical except one's 6 foot. they are they
Yeah.
go by a whole different name and they get a lot bigger. So everything on top of the hemisphere gets they're smaller, and then the ones on the bottom hemisphere they're bigger. Now change it up. Their redfish over there are like our sand trouts. They don't
Yeah.
get so big. They use those for bait. And while our redfish over here get 50, 60 inches, you know what I mean? So it whatever's up here is small, whatever down there is a lot bigger and stuff like that. Now sharks, on the other hand, they're just big all the way around the world.
Yeah.
It's just one of them that yeah they huge. One actually you would have to call our shop because the last several months the sales were super dead. So the guys that were handling our website um, are no longer handling it because it wasn't enough, they were going off of sales, and because sales were horribly bad for everybody, they had to cut back because the amount of work that they were putting into it and stuff like that, it wasn't really doing anything. But now that sales have increased, we want them to, if they're going to come back with the channel, they have a lot of things to change, and that's primarily all the pricing for the Abbots and all the leaders. Because from last year to this year, there was a price change, and they didn't do it on the last year one. So we haven't increased our prices this year, but with the Abbots, they did go up and then they dropped back down on certain ones. So we're definitely looking at that. Yes, sir. We're getting some new faces on the channel for sure. This is awesome. Those of y'all that are new to the channel, guys, we are doing our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. We're about to hit 25,000 subs, which will probably be in the next week, maybe week and a half. Uh, the deal is we're giving away a whole bunch of prizes. We've got a $600 reel, a $500 leather case from Jacked Up Leatherworks, and we've got a $400 or $500 fishing rod. We've got other prizes that are going into this pot as well. Now, the way you win or the way you enter is you share the video links from Team Hard Life YouTube, whether it be the video or the channel link itself, to any social media platform, as well as Jacked Up Leatherworks right here, the guy on the channel right here. He's also one of our channel sponsors, so be sure to go give his channel a subscription. Check out his videos. He's got some great gear there, and if you're interested in any kind of leather work, I definitely would go check him out. That's who we got for our gear. So uh, definitely, it's pretty awesome. And again, too, you cannot buy your way into our giveaway, guys. You have to earn your way into our giveaway. This is how we treat our subscribers, primarily by doing that as a thank you for the hard work y'all put into the channel. Because without y'all, we could not keep doing what we do. So, thank you very much. Our sponsors are coming through with all kinds of gear, and it changes every week. Every week we got new sponsors coming in. I'm actually waiting on the lineup on 3 other ones to come in as well. So it's coming, and don't miss out because once we hit 25,000, you cannot enter at that point. Once it hits 25,000, that is the cutoff time to enter our drawings. So you can win multiple places as well. We allow that. Right now, there's a deal on our community page as well that we're taking a vote for in which direction we're going to give away our prizes. Right now, the majority vote is for us to start with the smallest prize and work our way up to the bigger prize. So don't miss out, guys. I mean, like I said, you cannot buy your way in, you can only earn your way in on these. Now we have our regular fire drawings that are on Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Friday, sorry. And today's fire drawing is already at it's there. Give me a second. We already Tickets already started selling as of yesterday, so we already have a balance on there, or an amount that we started with instead of starting out at zero, and that is for in-store credit here at the shop. You can use it how you will. We have Avid reels, we got custom rods, we got fishing tackle, weights, leaders galore. If the stuff you think we make is too heavy, you can definitely get with us. We custom make gear all the time without the custom pricing. We just charge you what it costs to what our normal labor fee is and for the materials to go into it. So just food for thought there.
And just
And
for all the new guys out there, if you're wondering what he was talking about for the real cover, this is one of them that I'm doing for a customer, and this is for an 80 wide for a pin.
uh, also a reminder, guys, if this is too big, like the real cover is too big for anything that you have, he also has a limit on how small he will go on making leather case covers. But he does do wallets, he does do purses, belts, and briefcases, whatever, big heavy satchel bags or whatever. So
Yep.
you can use the credit toward something else in his shop. Same with us here. You know, we have the reel that is being offered by a sponsor who's also going to allow it to be in store credit to get whatever you want. So if the reel is too big for what you want or not big enough, you can use it as a down payment to get what you want and go from there. Obviously,
Yep.
if it's not big enough, well, then you just pay the difference and you can get a bigger reel if you want to, or rod as well. So now, on the prizes that have already been donated as hard prizes, we cannot swap those out. They are what they are because the sponsors already paid money for them. They're already here waiting for you. These three prizes are open for the winners to pick and choose which way they want to go. If they want to accept what we have, cool. If they want to upgrade or downgrade or change it how they want, they most definitely can. And by downgrading, if it creates a credit, well, then you use up that credit with however way we can work it, whether it be, like I said, weights, leaders, line, hooks. We got a clothing line here as well. Or, you know, you need your reels spooled up. We do a lot of that as well. So it definitely can really help you out. So, uh, one, Jacob, they're asking about holsters.
No, I do not make holsters.
Yeah, there's a reason behind it. Not that he can't. He just there's uh, what a catch 22 on it.
Yeah, just a liability thing. But if you're looking for a good custom leather holster, find me on Instagram or whatever, and I could point you in the direction of two or three guys that do fantastic work. I actually have one on my pistol right now that I carry in the truck. I've got one of his holsters, and I'm a leather guy. I can make my own, but I love that guy's work so much. I had him make me one for my 40.
Nice, nice.
And Brandon, as far as the HXW making a cover for one, I don't have a pattern for one. So if you wanted an HXW, you're still going to be looking at $300 because they're just the smaller they go, the harder they are to make. Because, well, for one, I've got bigger hands than most people, so making them small reel covers is just a pain in the butt. So, um, if I do it, you'd have to send me your HXW so I can make a pattern for it because I never patterned out the HXW just because I stopped at the 30. So um, just get with me, on Facebook or on Instagram. We'll talk.
Yeah, buddy. That was definitely food for thought right there. Because I have some HXW Raptors there that are pretty intense. Pretty intense. Mm.
I had somebody. They had their. I think it was a 30 or a 50. They had it custom dipped, and yeah, this thing. They did it. You know how Abbott did the Wahoo.
The Mahi?
Yeah, the mahi on there, the
Yeah,
pattern.
yeah.
Well, something like he did it. It was something on that order, but it was like somebody just airbrushed this thing. The colors and everything were just so bright.
Dang it.
Yeah. So he goes, I want this thing protected. I don't, why it's in. I'm not using it. I don't want. I want this thing to be protected. I don't want it scratched or nothing. I was like, all right.
Right, right. All right. So I got a good question here. Tell me why you like to use mono or only like to use hollow core braid on my shark reels. Why no mono top shot? That is actually a good question because years and years ago, over a decade now, I haven't used monofilament on my reels because of multiple reasons. One is when I fish with mono, when we would get cut off, which was a lot, I ended up having to carry extra spools of line because the amount of um, running straight braid to our leaders was not, you couldn't do it because we were using solid braid. If you ran solid braid straight to your leaders, especially if you're only using 150 pound test solid, it would sit on the bottom and the sand would eat it off it would cut you off within
Oh my
seconds or
god.
minutes, like instant kind of deal. So we
Yeah.
had to use monofilament in order to keep our baits in the water longer. However, I also carried like four-pound spools of line with me for every single fishing trip. So that meant that half the back seat was taken up with big old spools of line. Well, I got introduced into the hollow core braid, and the way I got introduced to that was my buddy Alfonso out of Galveston. He was telling us that they use hollow core braid for their top shot on their reels, and they use like 10, 15 feet of it. And he said they did that because when the fish came around the pylon, that they could pull the fish out of the pylon because it wouldn't fray the line. I did not believe him until I actually seen it myself, and I was like, "Wow, that is insane." So I started upgrading everybody's reel that I was pulling to hollow core braid as a backing. I was still using mono top shots because I'm still old school like that. Like I didn't trust the hollow core braid. Well, one night I was out there fishing. It was me and Jeff, and I cast it out and I backlashed. Well, I backlashed so bad it broke off. The mono top shot actually broke off on the cast. So as soon as the knot hit the first guy, the mono went, the brake stayed there, the spool went, blew up on me. So I sat there in the dark and I got it undone. And that was my first indication right there that, man, this braid is awesome. And let me show y'all. I'm going to find y'all the picture while I'm telling this story. So while he was sitting there catching fish, he caught probably three more fish before I got it undone. Mind you, I'm doing this in the dark, so it's all by feel. I got it undone, and we were catching so many fish. He's like, "What are you going to do now?" I said, "Well, I'm going to fish with it. Like, I'm not going to put a rod down because uh, we were catching so many fish. We were trying to test the leaders and the gear to see how much fish we could catch in that time period. So we were pushing the limit of how fast we can pull them in. And yeah, I don't doubt that at all, William. That your emails are popping up, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get to them, and I know it's going to take me a little while. I'm going to have to like just a straight day of counting up your emails and verifying and stuff like that. So it is coming. Now, with that being said, when this reel blew up on me, I did not have no light. I got it undone and put on a leader and I cast it out. And when I cast it out, it flew. It just, phew. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, you see it? Like, and it's still going. Like, I was like, wow, so this thing is castable. So that's what I started doing. Once the mono broke off, I didn't replace it with mono, I replaced it with braid. Now, what made me really fall in love with it is when the fish were hitting on it, I could see instantly what was happening. When I set the hook, it was instantaneous because I didn't have all this mono stretching in the water. And so for me, it was a game changer all the way around. And then later on, as I started using it on my big gear, I noticed that I could get twice the amount of line on the reel. And so that meant I didn't have to carry around all these spools. If I got cut off, I could just keep fishing it. And then a lot of times, even after we got cut off, we'd catch our line back. So we'd just add it back onto the spool. And then because it was hollow core, once I got to the shop, I would find that knot and I would splice it in on itself Or if we were there on the beach, we would splice it in right there, but only if I wasn't on the kayak. If I was on the kayak, I was not going to try splicing anything. So it increased my line capacity, increased my drag, and everything. So it was really, really a great improvement. So now, instead of doing with 100-pound test or 80-pound test because I wanted line capacity, I'm actually dealing with 130-pound braid all the way through my reels, and it has been awesome. Total game changer for us, and I will not go back to using mono again. I actually did a fishing tournament, and at that point, I got tired. Like 3 hours into the fight or into the tournament, I was tired from setting the hook on these fish and or trying to set the hooks on these fish, and it was just it. I was drained. I was like, I'm never doing a tournament like this with monofilament again. So. Uh, so Jacob, they just lost power at their house. He just texted me right now. So, oh, that sucks. Um, and let's see. And all right. Still looking for that picture. I know I have it somewhere. And oh, nope, that's not it. I actually stored that picture because that picture is pretty phenomenal. Seeing that how bad it was, and to do it at night. And the only reason you can see the braid is because I used the flash on the camera. But that's the way it looked. That was the bird nest of the braid before I started on it. And I was able to get that out and continue fishing with it. So, yeah. So now, fast forward a few years, which actually was a couple of years ago, I actually got video being out on the kayak by Ball Paul Pier, running baits off the bed of my truck, and not with the rack, just laying in the bed. And my line past the end of Ball Paul Pier because the pier was broken down. You can see the pier. I'm past the pier, and my line is about a foot under the water surface. So that squashed all of the original thoughts that you would get cut off by the sandbars, and that proved it right there. That and it was kind of wavy. It wasn't super calm, but it wasn't dead flat either. Um, so that proved to me that when we used to think that the sandbars were cutting off our leaders, it wasn't. It was actual fish that were cutting us off. So ever since then, I've been using hollow core braid, and it has saved me money. It has changed my whole way of thinking about land-based shark fishing, and I will not go back. Yeah. Yes, tonight the fire drawing is $10. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I'm going to show you how many we've already sold. I think we're at almost $100 already in ticket sales for the fire drawing. So, yeah. For okay, favorite knot to what? To tie my leader on, or braid to mono. There's a bunch of different answers for this. All right, so big dog on that. If you're backlashing at 5, there's obviously something wrong. But if you haven't moved the MC on there, then there's definitely something you can do. Normally, we tell people to start out at number 3 and then work their way up. If they're backlashing on 5, then we definitely need to see them and the reel. That way, we can troubleshoot it and find out what's going on. We actually found out multiple times. On one, the braid was slipping on the spool on one customer. Another one, they had the braid too loose on there. They had it spooled up like they do monofilament. And then on another one, uh, the uh, the MC was actually messed up. So, you know, There's a reason for it, and if you're not, or if you're backlashing a lot, there's a reason for it. We need to figure it out, and the only way to do that is to actually have the reel in house for us to put our hands on it and see what the deal is. Another reason may be you may have too much line on the reel. If you're spooling correctly or not good, you might also have to look at your line capacity. On the Avids, they have a bevel on the spool housing, and on the inside of the spool, and it's a little bevel right toward the top. It's about this far from the top. Stop right there, flush across, and that will take care of your backlash problems as well. So, favorite not to tie to leaders. I actually don't know what it's called. What I do is I take the tag end, I insert it into the swivel, wrap it around the main line 4 or more times, and then the loop that it creates when you do, or when you take the tag end through and you wrap it around, there's a loop that it creates by the swivel. I send the tag line through there, wet my line, and then I cinch it down, and that's how I tie my braid to my swivels. Now I also double up the line. I don't tie a single strand of braid to my swivels, and the reason for it is because I want a lot of abrasion resistance. And look, I just pulled that swivel out, and I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's crushed right in the middle. Y'all see that? So there's already a bad sleeve straight out of the container. Let's see. Yes, sir. No, the Abbots have been a. I tell you what, I grew up thumbing spools my whole life, and once I started dealing with the Abbots and seeing how much greater distance I'm getting and all of that, I will not go back to thumbing spools. There's no reason, to tell you the truth. And even then, too, depending on how far you're trying to get, you can actually retard your casting distance by thumbing the spool. So. Mexican nuts, Mexican nut. Nice. Braid to leader. All right, so I call it what lure is that for? This ain't for lures. This is for live or dead bait or chunk bait fishing. What it ends up doing is becomes a three-way swivel. Got your three-way, and if I put the hook on the short end, it becomes a three-way short, and the weight will be on the long end. Or if I do the hook on the long end, then it'll become a three-way long where I add my weight to the small end here. Um, we do not pre-attach weights to our leaders unless it's a Carolina rig. But on these, we have it where you have a snap swivel, so you can add the weight that you want to. And yes, I have bass fished, but not competitive. I just gone up there for messing around, leisure basically. Now, let's do this. Let me get some braid over here real quick. Got this. This one. Yeah. And let me grab a. Oh, actually, I got three-way swivel over here. Oh, excuse me. Keep the light off in that room unless customers are in the shop. So, all right, give me a second. Let me grab my three-way or my tripod. All right, guys. So there's a couple of different ways that I attach my leader to my swivel. This one, you can see the line is back braided in on itself. And I'm using some real heavy line here. I think this is 300-pound test. And this is just a sample so y'all can kind of see it. What I do is I insert my braid into my swivel, take my tag line around my main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, I'll take it right back through there and I'll cinch it down. And that's what I use to tie on my leaders. And I've landed my 13-foot tiger like that. I've caught my big manta ray like that. I've all kinds of fish, and I've pier whipped a lot of them as well. So if you don't have the hollow core braided line, here's another fact too. You can do that and undo your knot so you don't actually have to tie it off at the end of the day. What I'll do is on here, say I've broken off, okay? I'll tie a loop so that way I can double up my braid at the swivel right there. And that's real simple. All I do is, let me open this up real quick. Figure what's going on here. There you go. To make that loop, all I do is double it up, send it in once, and then I'll send it in twice. Then I cinch that down. That makes my double up. This works for both solid and hollow core braids. And I'll insert it into my swivel. Same thing. I make sure it's even on both ends. So when I go tie this knot, I don't have the tag end that's like this, to where it's not loose. You don't want that. You want it to make sure they're both even. So you pull on that. And by doing that, it's easy to grab the loop right here. And then you hold it with your finger and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th one, send it right back through there, cinch it down. And there you go. That's my knot to my swivel right there. And I use this to cast out 10-ounce weights. I've used this to do all kinds of craziness. And if you don't trust it, you can add more wraps. But at the end of the day, all you have to do is stick your nail here, wiggle it back and forth, and it'll open it up. And then you pull that one line that you inserted in there, and you're good to go. And that's the way I fish it. And it works really, really well. I do that for everything. Any kind of leader that I attach to my line, I'll do it like that. So, morning. And then if y'all want to see some hollow core splicing, give me a second. All right, guys, so this is 100-pound tight line braid. This is their 12 strand. And there's one of their multicolor spools right there. It's got the dark green pigments in it. So, fairly easy, guys. It really is. So you'll come in, and technically I've already done testing with the hollow core braid and actually stretching it on my puller over here. And we've done 3 inches of it back in on itself, and it actually held it. But so this one's a little more over exaggerated on the splice. You really don't need it, because I heard a theory long time ago that you needed 12 inches into the braid before it would really catch, or it was at its strongest point. So I tested that there. I went to 6 inches, I went down to 3 inches, and man, it held. So all I'm doing is inserting the needle into the hollow core, and if it comes out right there, it's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the tag into the needle. It's got a loop there. And then I'll pull it through. Once it's already over here, I'll pull it all the way out. Not to close that loop at the very end, and then close it down. And that's the knot that will hold it is insane. Once it's tightened up, it's like a Chinese finger trap. It only gets stronger the more you pull on it. So, and yes, you can do the same thing with Dacron braided line as well. Hard life. Hello. Don't send a computer to call me. So, yeah. Yes, we do have a ton of videos splicing braid here, and it is awesome. The beautiful thing about it is you can do what they call a cat's paw or tiger paw. And what I'll do is I'll kind of show it what it looks like here. You can open up both ends of the line. Hard life. Yes, we do. For everything is $6.79. Yes, sir. Um, well, the motor comes with the braided line already. It's got 600 yards on there. I have the pricing somewhere. Yes, yeah, we do braided line because it's not the old school system where you use heavy mono. Our spool and everything is reduced in size. However, the strength is actually triple of that than a windshield wiper motor. Like this thing is a winch; it'll pull 1,200 pounds. So, and if I'm not mistaken, the motor and all of that with the braid is in the $375, $400 range. I don't have it in front of me. I'm on my YouTube channel live right now, boss. You on it? Yes, sir. All right, bye. Yeah, we definitely changed up our cell line systems and stuff like that too. So yeah. All right. So all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it over this way, and I'm going to pull the hollow core through the other hollow core loop. There's once, and I'm going to do it one more time. All I'm doing is flipping it in there. You got to make sure that it goes through the middle of both sides. And that actually creates what they call a cat's paw. It looks like a cat's paw on there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There you go. And that is a super, super strong knot right there. Yep. This one I actually learned from the guys that do wind-on leaders for offshore fishing. So, yeah, pretty crazy. But just to make it easy on myself, I'm just going to pull it out of there and undo that. Oh. Morning, Alfredo. How you doing? And like I said, with this, it's in there. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. You can see the line it made on my finger right there. If I would have pulled any harder, I would have slipped my finger off. But here's the beautiful thing about it. Like a Chinese finger trap, all you do is got to reduce the amount of tension that's on there, and you pull on the end, and you can pull it right out. And then that compresses back into its original size. So there you go. You are good to go. So that's why I use hollow core, because now I can maintain my line capacity and save a lot of money in doing so. Let's see. There we go. Dang it. Y'all still talking about food? Oh, man. Y'all trying to get me fatter than what I already am. I need to get out there and go fishing. But the winds definitely changed direction today. They're coming out of the north. Not real strong. It's a good breeze, which is good, but hopefully it can continue like this all the way through the weekend, but we'll see. That Morris, what's up, boss? How you doing, bub? Sitting here, people were asking some question about some knots, so I figured I'd share it and definitely go from there. But now I'm back to my leaders. I showed the hollow core splice back in on itself, and then I also tied the hollow core loop to my swivel, and also to the loop end of braid to a swivel as well, and showed people how to untie it. So if y'all missed that on the video, you might want to go back and check it out. Remember, guys, we're doing our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. That is coming up, and it's coming up pretty quick. We're jumping anywhere from 25 to 75 subs a night. So we only need less than 600 more, or a little more than 600 more subs to go. So probably in the next 8 to 10 days, we should have 25,000 subscribers. And once we do, we're going to do the cutoff. The way you get in it is you share the YouTube channel links of our video and or of the channel itself to social media, any social media platform, and take a screenshot once you have done so. When you do that, submit it to our email at teamhardlife1@gmail.com, and that's how you enter our giveaway. You cannot buy your way in this. We will not sell tickets. It's only for the guys that are putting forth the effort of doing the video sharing links. That is helping us grow the channel. So again, guys, we're setting goals, and without y'all, we definitely could not be growing the way we are growing. So it's our way to show y'all thank you. And yes, we're gonna keep it rocking. But I'm gonna keep doing these leaders until I finish. There should be an even amount on both sides, and if not, then I miscounted somehow, which probably happened because I was pretty tired when I started doing all this. So. Well, Alfred, we have the needles here if you're interested in buying one. What you could also probably do is buy a sewing needle. Since you have DEADCRAB, those have a lot more leeway of opening up and stuff like that, depending on the manufacturer of the braid. So that may be something to think about. But you're gonna definitely have to dull the needle, or find a needle that's already got a dull tip to it and use that as a splicing needle. So. Actually, we buy them in bulk from our distributor, and it doesn't come with a label on here. So, but we've had yet to have one of these fell on us. That's why we keep buying them from that distributor. And we've pulled in 5 and 6 foot sharks with these, no worries. Okay, for the anaconda knot, when I splice it back in on itself to create that loop, yes, that is the same loop right there. But I tend to go a lot longer on the tag end on that because a question was raised a long time ago if the braid wrapped around the main line would cut into it after a while. So what I started doing was doing the tag end longer, so that way when it came back through that loop end of the portion, that it was doubled up. So we've actually had it to where people forgot the reel dropped into the free spool while they're on the highway, and it will not break out or not. It actually breaks further down the rod, and they end up losing their a lot of their line. But the knot to the spool doesn't go anywhere. So little food for thought right there. Okay. That'll work. Oh man. So who's out fishing today? Anybody be able to go out there? Or y'all planning to go this weekend? I know we've had some horrible, horrible weather out here lately. and not really rain, just high winds. And then, obviously that makes the surf crazy with current and everything else. So, um, yeah, we don't we don't like that right there. All right. All right, guys. If y'all are new to the channel, we do keep you family orientated here, so we don't need you coming in with crap comments. If you want to do that, you can find another channel. Uh, we definitely we got a lot better things to do, like share knowledge and learn from each other. So definitely coming in with that, we do not learn anything. It goes around the incoming line. Yes, sir. I actually have a video showing it. So there you go. Thank you, Edgar. Hmm. What's up, Zach? How you doing? Yeah, we're hoping the weather can calm down some, so that way we can get on the beach and not have to move our camp too much. Because once you get all settled in and all of that, then to have it, the tide go all the way up to the dunes, it really sucks. Especially when it's at night and you're already all tired and everything. It's normally when it happens. It rarely happens during the day. So, but when it's during the day, it's a lot easier because you can already see it and you don't set up camp. So we're gonna be looking at it. We're gonna see what we can do. Yeah, no worries there, Edgar. It's all right. Hopefully he gets the point now that we're not gonna sit there and play with that number. So, well, the winds are picking up now. Earlier, the trees or the leaves on the palm trees are barely moving. Now they're starting to blow over. So this front may be starting to push in. Um, so we're definitely gonna have to keep track of it. Maybe John and Heather go out to the beach today. We'll definitely see what kind of report they bring back and stuff like that. So. Pretty cool. They hung out here at the shop for a bit while we were getting the lotto set up. Can't be dropping my tackle here because then I'll come up with the wrong numbers on it. So, oh, Patrick. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. David, uh, I'm assuming that that's what it is. We are hanging in here. I am making three-way heavy-duty leaders, and it's a three-way. We haven't added our weights or snaps or our hooks yet to the leaders. Right now, I'm just doing the first step on it. So, oh yeah, we got some pretty awesome giveaways, guys. Multiple prizes like our Team Hard Life rod can be upgraded or downgraded as you see fit, because basically it's in store credit. Jacked Up Leatherworks has their leather case for either a 50, 80, or a 130 that can be set up as in store credit as well. So you can actually, if you don't do huge styles of fishing, you can definitely get other things that he does create. So yeah, buddy, it's definitely going to be awesome. We also have a bunch of prizes that are already listed. You can check out our live video feed from last night. I went through all the prizes. We're also doing a vote on which prizes are going to go first. So far, the majority votes that we start with the smaller prizes first and work our way up to the grand prizes. So we're going to have multiple grand prizes. And yes, sir, it's going to be awesome. And where's my remote for that TV? I like to have the YouTube channel going over here in the background uh, for multiple purposes. When customers come in, they can see the channel, and then they see something they like, they can ask about it, and or it lets them know that we actually do have a YouTube channel. A lot of people that come in don't really know about it, or they have found us because of it. So really pretty awesome. So, all right. Yeah, guys, the thumbs up definitely do help. There's 33 of y'all on the channel. We should be a lot more thumbs up there, man. Y'all telling me I'm not doing a good job or what? Come on. Sharing a lot of knowledge here. Yes, sir. Edgar is nailing it right there. That's how you also enter in our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. You share the video links and or the channel link to any social media platform out there. And every time you do so, do a screenshot and submit it to that email. That will show us that you are entering in the 25K giveaway. So the more you do, the more chances you have to win. So you can win multiple prizes, guys. You really can. So don't miss out, because once I hit 25,000 subscribers, that is the cutoff. I will not accept any late entries into our 25K giveaway, guys. It is going to be strictly upon that date and time. So, Alfredo, you have a good day, bro. Thank you for checking in with us. And I hope you're going fishing. If not, get to it when you can. Oh, you're Mexico fishing. What are you catching, bro? Come on, give us a good report. Let's see what's going down over there. So, actually, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. This is also another problem that we do have, and I'm going to have to flip the camera around. Can y'all see the birds on there? See, they're clean on one side, and on the other side, see those birds right there? I got to clean those off before the mono will actually go in there. And then you can also see the sharp edge. Let me show y'all this real quick. This is stuff, this is very important, guys. If y'all are creating your own leaders, this is stuff that a lot of people don't know or understand. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Right there. That's the clean side. All right. So right there, you can see that edge. Now, I'm going to grab a hook. Okay, there it is. Grab a hook, and I'm going to put it in the point there, and I'm going to break those out. But what you got to remember, too, when you do that, it is going to create a sharp edge there, and that will actually cut your monofilament. If you don't have to worry about it on cable, but it will happen for monofilament. So I got one out. Time to get the other one out. Damn, that's a nice one. Look at that. And if you don't clean them out and you stick the mono in, it'll end up cutting the mono from the inside and it'll slip out. There you go. There's a big old sliver. that would have cut the mono. But also now you can see right there, there's that sharp edge. You see it right there? Right there, along there. That's a knife edge there. And look, it's actually catching the point of the hook. And that goes all the way around the inside there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hook in on both sides and move it back and forth. And now you can see where it's flattened it out. So now I can put my mono in there without worrying about it uh, cutting my monofilament on my leader. So just give you an idea of how big that swivel is. Yeah, that's a dime. That's how big that swivel was. All right. Oh man, ooh, don't want to lose that. What's up, Archer? How you doing? So, did he say what he was catching, David? Did he say? These are double mini sleeves. We use these for our mono and for our cable connections. And the reason for it is because they have provided the best way to keep our mono and cable together. Right now, all I'm doing is uh, creating the leader. I'll come back on the next round and start crimping everything. I normally like to sit there and crimp it all at one time. I don't like jumping back and forth of picking up the pieces, putting it together, and then picking up the crimper. I just hold on to it uh, and put them together. Actually, on the manufacturer, it really doesn't matter. I have found them with every single manufacturer out there. And trust me, I go through them all because a lot of times, like this particular one, when we'll order 10,000 sleeves, we try to order another 10,000 that same week, they'll be out. So I go to another manufacturer and I'll go to another one. I actually have 5 different manufacturers of these sleeves that we buy from. And it's for that reason that we eat through so many sleeves in a week that sometimes they don't keep up or they, got other orders pending and stuff like that. So I've seen it with the high C's. I've seen it with, um, there's high C's, there's the Calcutta ones. I've seen it with all sleeves. Every single sleeve on the market will eventually have one. If you go through enough, you'll see it. It will happen. Negroes Farms. Thank you, sir. I gotta ask, bro. Is like that a real polite way of saying something else on your farms? I gotta ask, man. That sounds too upfront about it. Around 82 with wind 20 to 30. Project Saturday. There you go. And Josh, that's here in Corpus. And did they? We did see it last night, and it said the same thing, but it said 30 to 40. So it looks like it's calming down, which will be a good thing. 10 to 20 is good. 20 to 30 is all right, but it's still a bit sporty, especially if it's already been rocking higher than that, the days prior. So from Bangladesh, wow. Well, pleasure to meet you, boss. I don't understand what the rest of it says, but yeah. All right. So you planning to go out this weekend, Josh? Sean posted. All right, give me a second. We got the team member that's out there. And then, hmm. Fire in the dunes, it looks like. Hard life. Yep, a bunch of telecommunicators in the background. Yep. So let's see. Friday afternoon, looking like sheephead around the jetties. There you go. Well, yeah, they're driving on the beach right now. They got good pictures, but there is fire going on, and it's a clean burning one. You can see that smoke ain't super black. If it was really black, it'd have all kinds of other stuff that's burning, plastics and stuff that create that darker cloud and stuff like that. So, actually, you know what? Let me send them an email, William, real quick while we're online. I did not send one out. Okay. Awesome. Well, they weren't in yesterday, so they're responding to my emails today. That was to one for the return label of the other reels that they weren't the left-handed. Uh, let's see. Check my sent one. Come on. All right, just sent them another email right now to get an update on those. But like I said, they did confirm they finally sent the shipping label for the other habits that they sent right-handed ones to the left-handed ones. So that's good because they really need the left-handed ones. They don't use right-handed at all. So he's getting an EXW50 wide, and it's a 3-speed. Checking through the emails now. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting 2 of those EXW50 3-speeds. So waiting on them. Looking at other emails coming through and going out. Let's see. Oh man, it is a day. It's a day in black. Yes, sir. They are. Actually, you and Whiskey have some 3-speeds coming in, one each. So yeah. There he goes. Yeah, that's a little. No, no doubt, William. No, we got it. When they take this long, we definitely are on. Got to stay on top of them and stuff like that because I know I don't want our orders to get lost in the mix as well too. So you are good. Uh, Dang it. 750 pounds. How long was that fight for? Put on real quick, Alex. Get these sleeves onto the leader and then I'll check the email. Yes, sir. These fire drawings have been a great way for people to get into bigger or more tackle into their inventory without going full price on it. So it really does help a lot. So I'm waiting on them. See what happens because I've got like 7 or 8 Abbots coming to us. Got 80s, got HXWs, got the 50s, got MXL and LXs as well. So lead weights. Let's see. Birthday 15. Yeah, it should definitely be here by before then because, like I said, it's been about a week already. So yeah, buddy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting really hungry already. Might have to cut out for lunch. Maybe I'll go check on uh, Jeff real quick as well. So, St. Pat, say I'm over here starving, and I read a comment from Patrick with his food. Like, oh man! All right, guys, I'm gonna cut out for lunch. I'm starving over here. My uh, William, I would love to go get some king crab. I just can't afford it right now. The king crab is going for about $80 with the. If you get the full meal, it's about $80 to do that, and right now I just don't have it, boss. Uh, it's the first of the month, so rent for the bills, rent for the shop, rent for everything is coming out. So yeah, I got to make sure I take care of all that before I do splurge on something like that. So yep, but we will definitely get back up here later on this afternoon, guys. We have the fire drawing going. We are currently at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We're at $90. I have not checked Cash App today. So we will definitely get the fire drawing going later this afternoon. Um, and actually, it might be, a bit earlier today, or if not, a little bit later. I don't know just yet. The family wants to go out and see a movie today, Godzilla. So, yeah, buddy, gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good one. I will talk to y'all later, and we'll see what's up for the fire drawing tonight. Later, guys.